Okay, boys and girls, hope you're well. I'm going to be looking at cable today. I'm going to show you where I'm going to get in, why I'm going to get in, and then we'll play it out. It's that simple. The format of the videos, if you haven't been here before, is basically either me on an unhinged rant, because I'm old, and on some of them I do kick off. I'll show you the trades in real time, and that's about it. Dead simple. Now, if you want to see what I'm going to do before I do it, if you go over in the WhatsApp group, you'll see that I've already told you what I'm going to do before I'm coming here. If you're in the Discord, I've done a breakdown video of exactly how this is. And it's no different to the live session I had this morning with the guys, where I told them exactly what I was looking for. So let's jump over into it and we'll see. This particular setup is incredibly simple. I'll just pull my notepad in so you can see it. Essentially what we're looking at is the pound is weak and the US is gaining ground. So you would naturally assume that it's going to push the pound down. Well, it is. But within that, there's also opportunities to buy it, because the bigger picture of the market is buy. And you can see that here. So the high time frames is buying. The medium time frames is, well, it is to the sell side. So it is showing that there's pressure from the US dollar pushing onto the pound. But the low time frames are telling you for this moment in time to buy it. Now, it's also a scalp, which means it's going to be about 5 pips. Now, believe it or not, 5 pips can feed you if that's what you're after. Now, when you're looking at the world of TikTok and all these floppy-haired fucking idiots that are saying, oh yeah, I've just cracked this amazing trade and I took £14 into a penthouse. As we were laughing in the live session this morning, the penthouse that they were talking about was probably the Dirty Magazine penthouse. And let's be honest, if they saw one of them, well, not only would, I don't even think they'd come in their pants. I don't think they're fucking old enough to be honest. That's why I always have one of these around. Knobhead of the week for the fuckers. They really do piss me off because I love my job. I genuinely love my job, but I hate the industry. And that drags in a lot of the freeloader needy people who believe this crap. And unfortunately, if you haven't got a lot of money, you're only going to get little money. It's that simple. Anyway, this is coming into play. I need to do what's called a 5 candle count back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that green candle there is the marker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a marker on the top of this green box that I've marked in. Now, I'm actually going to put 2 orders in at once. And I know you don't see me do this very often, but it's because I do genuinely think this is going to push up. So I'm going to put one there, and then I'm going to put another one in at the same place, but for a bigger target. Okay. So let me just drag that into place. Okay. Now, the idea, just going to set that down onto the edge of that box, is what you've got to remember is the market's only willing to give about 5 pips because it is a scalp and it's going against the grain. But we do have what's called a key level directly above it, which is here. They act as magnet points. So the theory in this trade is quite simple. I'm going to take my 5 pips initially, but I'm also going to see if it runs for that little bit extra. It's not far to go, so it's in the realms of possibility, but it'll boost up the morning, and that's what I'm after. I'm only less than half of where I would normally be on a position, so I'm not that happy, or I'm not that worried, and I can use the other section of my trade, because on this particular account I can do about 2.5 lots, which allows me to put another 3 positions in down here. It's a scalp trade, so I'm going to tightly pack them. But if you notice, I haven't entered the market. I always, 99% of the time, use a pending order. The reason I use a pending order is it gives me time to breathe. That means when I'm looking at the markets, I can put the order in, I can drag and drop that wherever I want, and I can do the same with MT5. I will be doing a lot more on MT5 as well for those traders. I often do all my small challenges on MT5, simply because there's a lot of people who use prop funds, and that's kind of their market of choice. And it's a good way to show it, okay? But again, in the comments, if you prefer me to trade on MT5 rather than on WebTrader, because a lot of people don't have access to this, but everybody has access to MT5, I'm happy to do it on MT5, okay? And in we go. So that's the premise of this trade, but where's it come from? That's the big question. We've got the levels in, so if you know how to draw key levels, you're halfway there. And pretty much everything I do, and when it comes to trading, it's mainly on levels because they are the staging points of the market. I couldn't give a crap about the fair value gap. Fucking shite, they're everywhere. They don't mean jack shit. It's just very good terminology. I don't give a shit about liquidity sweeps and all of the jargon. It's all crap. Because when you look at this chart and they say it's a liquidity grab, how do you fucking know? Well, you don't, because you can't see the orders. So you don't know if they're there. So you don't know if it's a grab or not. What you do know, it's a test of a high or a low. And that testing point is what can make or break your trade. Now, these are the things that you look at. Now, it's basic stuff, guys. Now, if you look at this market, it is genuinely pulsing up, but it has come down aggressively. But what you've got to remember is strong drive, strong drive, strong drive. All these drives eventually have to pay. Well, they do. It goes up, it pays. In other words, taking profits. Screams up, it pays, takes profits. Then it resets to see what it's going to do. Now, at the moment, if this continues to come down, well, I can still get the capture on the profit taking. That's what we're looking at. Now, how do I know that's going to turn? Well, it's very simple. If you get a Fibonacci, which is a very good mathematical tool, and you go from there to there, it fucking tells you. Stalled bang on the 127 and it ran right along it. You can see that here. But it topped out 161, which is a key turning point. Came back to range, stopped dead where it came from, and is now respecting those levels yet again. Now, those levels that are being respected are going to be repeatable. That's what we're banking on with this trade. Okay. Now, if we dig this out a little bit further to the 4 hour, well, again, big drive, shallow pullbacks in the grand scheme of things. And if it is going to pull against that, which it looks like it's doing here, it's going to try and get to at least 50% before it comes back down again. So take your trade from here to here. There's your 38, just in front of that line. This is running up. There we are. It's gone into market to that 38 line, which is what I'm targeting. And now we're going to reap the rewards, shall we say. So we'll come down. We can see it's there. It's triggered. Got a target here, target there. And that 38 line was bang into where these are. So I'm happy with the trade setup. Pull it down into a monitoring so I can see the zones. And now all I need to do is just wait, let that play out, put in extra orders if I need to. So I'm going to put one down here, another one here, and another one there to catch the bounce. That's it. It's dead simple setup. So let's play it out. I'll put a bit of music on for you. If you want to see the way I trade, drop on my website, scruffytrader.com. And there's even an offer there where you can get all the modules for free. Just check the partner pages and you'll see how that can be done. Right, let's crack on.
Well, We watch and wait.
I'd buy that for $1.
Okay, guys, that's complete. It's completely finished. And what I've done is, one of the reasons of setting 2 trades up like that is just in case it runs. It didn't quite get to where I wanted it to be. But when the first trade cashed off, I pulled the stop loss in, so I can't lose any money. It's like a no-brainer. If it goes, brilliant. But if it comes back and takes me out, because it's a scalp, I'm not really bothered. It has come and took me out. Do I worry about that? No, not really. But let me kind of just make certain, no tickets. And all right, we've got 27 quid. So you might be sitting there thinking, wait, 27 quid? What a fucking waste of time that is. Which a lot of people do. However, it's 27 quid here, it's 27 quid there. And throughout the day, it adds up. Now, 27 quid, it's working out sort of not bad. I got into this sort of just after 10 o'clock. And it's now just coming on 12. So, all right. Could be better. But look at the market itself. Look how far it's moved. It's hardly moved at all. We're in... I'm doing other things as well, guys, so you'll have to sort of bear with me. Because I'm constantly working my way. So I'm on sort of doing another chart, which actually was cable as well, which is up here. There you go. So that one's sort of 88 quid off that one. So collectively, I'm doing okay. I'm not really worried. Because what I do is what I'm doing here, I mirror up there and I do bits and pieces all the time. I've got a big setup so I can trade multiple assets at once if I so choose. But today I'm just concentrating on cable. Right, sorry. Off on my... Haven't had me coffee. We all know Scruffy likes a coffee and he hasn't had enough because love of my life, the little winker, has buggered off shopping, which is not bad. Because we've only just come back off holiday. I came back last night. And she's gone on, I'll go get some food shopping. But then she said, I'll just get a little bit of food and we'll do a big shop at the weekend. Which really means she's off down to Bishop at the bloody retail park for some retail therapy. And you wonder why my head is bald as a cute. Right, anyway, enough of my grumbles. Let's have a little look. Do I still think that'll get to there? Yeah, it's got a good chance that it will. So, what do we do? Well, you just let it relax, go back in and then go back up. I'll do that again. Maybe now, maybe it's in an hour's time. But I just chip at it. And the idea is always the same. When you're day trading, you're taking little snips out the market over and over and over and over. That's your job. Little snips. Now, because of that, you have to expect you're going to build it up. If you're looking for a big swinger all the time, you're not really day trading. You're actually moving over into swing trading. But what happens is your day trading little brain gets in the way of it. So when you see it move, you'll snatch at it. When it comes against you, you panic and you kill it. But really, the problem was the target in the first place. You over-expected what you wanted to get. When I'm doing this, those red zones, the clear markers of what the market is moving in today. Then I look for clear entry points, and then I'll look to see what the market will give. If I think there's an element that might give me a touch more, I'll do what I've just done. I'll open up 2 trades at once and let them move forward. If I think it's going to be a problem, I'll open up 1 trade and I'll stage backwards. Today I did a combination of both. So that's it. So if you want to see all of these videos early, do drop along into the membership. Otherwise, publicly pops up maybe it's a couple of days later. But if you were in the squad, you'll have seen this in the moment. So there you go. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.